going to be very quick because I really haven't got a lot to elaborate on with Project Hail Mary. Really not for me. I was expecting something completely different. This was billed as one of those, like, you know, rare gems. I'd seen it like whizzing past on buses being advertised. Obviously I've seen the trailer, but there hasn't been a lot of scope on it. I haven't seen it like heavily emphasized on. But yeah, it seemed like something that would pop up and really like hit me hard. Massive impact. It was the total opposite. The total opposite. Yeah, I just walked down the stairs actually of the IMAX screen and was like, that was shit. Right, so I'll give you the positives. The story is okay. So yeah, the sun is about to die, basically. Life on Earth might become extinct, or probably fucking will become extinct, if Ryan Gosling's character Grace doesn't, you know, fly into space and work his magic and save us all. So the concept works. So the story's okay. All I've got is negatives. Shit. Okay, right. So yeah, it works, and the visuals, they are stunning. Although, side note, I didn't need to watch it in IMAX. Although I watched it in that should have been a more richer quality of picture, it was just as grainy as a standard screen. So I paid £5 for that. Lost fucking £5. Could have got 5 packs of Brussels sprouts in Sainsbury's. Anyway. The visuals, they're beautiful, but there's not enough. And I'll explain why in one of my many negatives. So the sort of the focus on like the planetary aspect and the sort of gases surrounding other worlds, amazing. The way the screen lights up, excellent. The soundtrack is also a negative, but also a positive. Yes, it's pounding throughout, and sort of it threads the film together nicely. You know, there's really emotional bits. I did cry a couple of times. Then there's like sort of exciting, dangerous bits where the music amps up. You've got like Beatles, you've got a gospel choir, you've got, you know, it's a mixed bag. So the visuals, stunning, but there's not enough. Soundtrack, excellent. Ryan Gosling is faultless in his performance as Grace. 1 minute, you know, he doesn't know where the fuck he is or who he is. The next, he's making friends with a lump of rock, which makes quite a bizarre. He has quite a bizarre impact, although, and it's faceless as well, but really quite a pivotal character. So yeah. You've got those. His talent. He's just brilliant. You know, he's crying, then he's laughing, then he's full of hope, then he's full of anguish. He is excellent. He carries this movie. Well, he's got no choice to carry the movie. He's the only character. But yeah, spectacular work there. Right, the negatives. Too drawn out. When he's so the story, it's sort of like there's flashbacks to his prior to his space trip, where he's tracked down by the government and asked to actually go up out into the, you know, the hemisphere and save us all. So the flashbacks are okay, but they sort of at the beginning of the film, it takes too long. It's so fucking dragged out. Excuse my lingo, but it's just. Like, he goes up in space, he wakes up, and then I'm like, oh, brilliant, you know, otherworldly atmosphere, you know, completely different. He's not on Earth, this is exciting, buckle up. Oh my God, it's like, he wakes up, then he's climbing all over the place, then he's like sort of figuring out how to maneuver the ship he's in. There's scientific bits, you know, like the mathematics that go into it. It just churns and churns and churns out really tedious fucking dramatics. I was so bored, so incredibly bored. He then discovers a new spaceship, so that doesn't really get a massive. It's not like looming or really ominous. It's just this ship pops up, nicely shaped, I must say. The work gone into this the new Iridian, I think it is, ship. Yeah. Unique, nice touch, but it just sort of pops up and then starts. Sorry, it just starts like shifting with him. So Gosling's character, he like moves his ship, and then that ship like moves along, and it's like it's like they're playing like cat and mouse. Like it's sort of like jovial and what? So there's this really like drawn out shite that's boring up until that bit where he discovers a new ship and then makes a friend, Rocky. I think Flight of the Navigator. Do any of you remember Flight of the Navigator? I loved that film years back, where what's his face? David makes friends with that little puppet thing that at the time was fucking groundbreaking animatronics. But yeah, it's like that type of thing. He makes friends with a piece of rock. So Grace teams up with the rock to basically. Oh God, do you know what? I'm going to be honest. I was so uninterested in the plot that I'm not actually sure what they were doing. I'm not sure what they were doing. What were they doing, guys? They're trying to get to a different planet that's near Venus, where all the shit's kicking off. Get to a different planet, extract samples, bottle them, and then send them back to Earth, or try and I don't know. It was so dull, so tedious. Oh God, I was expecting so much more. I really was. So he teams up with a piece of rock. A friendship forms. One thing, a side note, I couldn't fathom why. Did I miss something? Had I completely switched off? Not that I was checking WhatsApp halfway through. Had I completely switched off, or how did Rocky translate what Grace was saying? Grace had a translator on his ship that was feeding through, turning Rocky's speech into English. The English language, so he could understand the lump of stone that he just made friends with. How was Rocky getting Grace? How was he understanding Grace? Because as far as I know, from what I can see, there was no translator on his side of the ship. Right, so it's one of those, do you know what I mean? Where it's like really you pick out irritating bits because you're so fed up with how the movie's transpiring that you've got no other choice but to focus on what hacks you off. So yeah, unfortunately, the build up at the beginning, tedious. The action throughout is that there's a decent level of dramatics, but it is just boring. I don't think I can talk about this for much longer. Shit. I don't know. I think someone's clocked me and I'm effing and jeffing here, but someone out there tell me this was a good film. I really wanted to enjoy it more than I did. It was just continuous, like him on the spaceship, like whizzing around, anti-gravity antics, him manoeuvring the ship, getting used to the controls. The flashbacks were actually wait a minute, whoa, hang on a minute. Pause. Side note. Positive and negative. I wanted focus on what would happen. There was so much. She was good. The actress who played the German scientist, head of the government department, who actually, I would say, recruits Grace. She doesn't. She actually fucking drugs him. I won't ruin it for you, but yeah, strange. That doesn't add to it for me either. I've got nothing good to say about it. Okay, so. Right, there's that. There wasn't enough focus on what happens if the sun does blink out and we're fucked on planet Earth. I wanted that. I wanted a focus on the sort of potential what if, and I didn't get it. That's what kind of ruined this for me, was the fact that there was this whole idea, this image that they all had of it, like the sun dying and life on Earth becoming extinct. Show us it. Show us an example of what you're talking about. Okay, so I'm bored of talking about this. How do I waffle on? What's something nice to... any positives? Ryan Gosling is a decent actor. Actually, do you know what? Side note, I'm going to veer off because I can't be asked to talk about Project Hail Mary. I don't even want to think about it. Ryan Gosling, he was, I swear, his very first stint in television was one of the... do you remember Goosebumps? The books, the TV series, was it Say Cheese and Die? If you have a look on YouTube, Goosebumps, Say Cheese and Die, I think that was him. Or was it My Hairiest Adventure? No, it's Say Cheese. That's Ryan Gosling. Like, he's literally a baby, a blonde baby, a goose in a Goosebumps episode. That was his first, like, sort of television feat. And then he just stemmed into cinema brilliance. But unfortunately, he's fronted completely the wrong film here. I didn't... yes, there were purely, like, emotive bits, you know, between one man and his rock. But I fucking, you know, it's rock bottom for me. It was, you know, although I, like, shed a few tears... Oh my God, this was boring and incredibly tedious. So I wouldn't. There's nothing on God's earth, pun fully intended, that could get me sitting in front of that again. I've made it 10 minutes and I don't know how. I'm actually going to go straight in now to Ready or Not 2, as a sort of as compensation, yeah, for what I've just watched there in IMAX, which again, you do not need to pay for IMAX. It's just as grainy as a standard thing. So, yeah, right. So you've got the right. That's it. It's just tedious and lengthy and dull. Like I say, the positives: pumping soundtrack. Rocky was done in a quite whatever it was, visuals, puppetry. Decent. The flashbacks were emotional, so and him like actually being forced to do. I think actually. Oh, hang on. I do have one more positive. Credible, that, isn't it? The element of the government believing in Grace more than he believes in himself. So he's this sort of, he's not exactly downtrodden, but he lacks such confidence in himself. He's slightly erratic, doesn't really hold much faith in his abilities, but the government recognise his skills and his talents, and they grab him while they've got the chance. I really appreciated that aspect of Project Hail Mary. I don't know if that was the intention of the producers, but yeah, the government having more faith in a member of the public than the member of the public had in himself. Yeah, he sort of lacked the confidence and the belief to like carry out this project, but they like believed in him so strong that they actually forced him, literally, they drug him to send him up there to help us out. So yeah, I'm not even going to go back and reel off like a sum up, because I can't be arsed, if I'm honest. I was expecting something completely different. Didn't get it. If any of you out there do, I'm going to upload this to TikTok if I haven't gone over like the fucking time length. Please comment. I just need comments on this video. What am I missing here? What have I not appreciated that all the rest of you do? What was so good about Project Hail Mary? Exactly. Because I don't know, apart from visuals, like stunning, like planetary visuals, a bit of comedy, emotion, and the whole member of the public not believing himself, and the government do so strongly that they force him into space. I didn't get the appeal of Project Hail Mary. No, I'm sorry, it's just not it. No, fuck that. Yeah, no more. That's it. I give up now, because that's 13 minutes. I can't believe I made it over like 30 seconds. So, that's your lot. I'm heading into Ready or 2 now. Ready or Not 2, which I'm actually looking forward to, because I loved the first one, and hopefully it's going to make up for the drivel that I just sat through. Quick, can I give you any more positives? Any more positives? It's just a man floating around a spaceship with a piece of rock. A man in a spaceship with a piece of rock. Okay, bye. That's it. That's all I've got for you. End of review or reaction. Fuck knows what this is. I'm just a complete bitch sesh.